Good morning. How are you all? I'm just logging in so that I can see everybody. Just waiting for people to join. We are here live in the Holistic Spiritual Community, and also here we are. There we go. Spiritual community. Okay. Let's turn that volume down. I can see the chat coming through. Okay, and I've just had notification that it's going live on YouTube as well. Just going to put this on Do Not Disturb. Okay, so I am here in the group ready to give you some guidance as well. I've got my cards ready. So if anybody wants a card, please. Hi, Marnie. Good morning. Let me just clear my throat. So what was quite interesting was, I sort of put it out that, hi, Sonila, that I put out that I was here doing the Friday morning, the guidance and everything. But when I was tuning into you all this week, I really felt that, hi, Lee, good morning. I really felt that some of you needed a cord cutting ritual, a healing to have done, because, we're in this time period of Mercury retrograde, but we've also got 7 planetary retrogrades as well. So it's bringing up a lot of old thought patterns. Maybe you're going about your daily life slightly the wrong way. Maybe you're going about things that are not really serving you in the best and highest of ways, going back over old patterns, repeated patterns, the way you go about things, because you need to be able to realize that you need to change that process and move forward in a slightly different way. The other thing is, you might be dreaming a lot, and going over those dreams of, maybe I should have done it this way, maybe I should have done it that way, and having internal dialogues with yourself as well. The other thing that might be happening is that you're actually bringing back people from your past, because you need to either sever ties with them or understand what the lesson was that you're learning from them. Or you might be seeing people from your past, or people that are similar to your people in the past. That was really weird for me last weekend. I was away for the weekend, and we were sitting, my husband and I, having a drink in the bar, and my husband said, we're doing the people watching, because we love people watching. And then I said, gosh, that guy really looks like so and so. And then I looked at this woman and I went, gosh, for a minute I thought that was so and so. So it was really interesting that, sometimes these people from your past, or people that look or seem like people that you know from your past, are coming back to you at this time, because there's some little bit of work that needs doing. So when I fell into that, it was like, oh, okay, what does the group need? What do they need extra to support during this time? And it was a cord cutting process. So let me know in the chat. I'm having, there's 4 of you joining at the moment. Good morning, Cara. Hello, gorgeous. How are you? Hello, Sonila. Yes, nice to see you here. Morning, Lee, Marnie. Yes, wonderful. Let me know in the chat, is there anything that you feel that you need to cut cords with, or people, or situations, or repetitive patterns that aren't really helpful as well? So it could be, good morning, Avril. How are you, gorgeous? It might be, it might be like self-talk. It might be self-sabotage. It could be like a multiple of things. So we're going to do I'm going to help you go through a healing on that today. And there's a few ways that you can do healing around cord cutting. And now I've got my theta healers joining the live as well. Let me know in the chat. I'm excited to know. What do you feel that you need to release and let go? I've got a blog coming out next week, all around cord cutting. And in my Sacred Odyssey program, I'm actually going to be teaching you some Wicca and pagan ways how to release cords as well, which is great. And you don't need to be a healer to do these types of practices. Grief, yeah. I can feel somebody's got something really stuck in their throat. Could be me. But I feel like, yeah, my throat's going. I feel like I'm tuning into someone that really needs to clear the shackles and the chains around their throat. They really need to be speaking up for themselves. Imposter syndrome. I'm well, thank you. I would like to cut cords. We've been told I have been rejected because I'm too good for the jobs. Yeah. Imposter syndrome, Sonilla. Maybe throat mismatch. Yeah. Imposter syndrome. Yes, and that will be a really good way to reframe imposter syndrome, Sonilla. And I know what you mean, because I was scrolling, and Facebook's a nightmare for this, right? I don't know about you, Instagram and Facebook, but I was having a little scroll this morning, and I saw someone, and I was like, oh my god, you know, she's got loads of followers, she's doing this, she's doing that, and it caught me off guard this morning, and I was like, wow, what's that? So the way that you should reframe imposter syndrome, if you see someone being really successful, if you see someone that, not that you should be looking at how many followers they've got and, you know, all of that, because people buy their followers. It's not about the number of followers, it's about how many engage with that person, and things like that. So that's more key, but it doesn't stop you still looking at it and things like that. But the way to reframe that, because when I asked Creator once, and I said, okay, why am I feeling challenged? Why am I feeling like I'm seeing all these people that look like they're doing so much better than me, and blah 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 blah. And I go through that. Okay, I go through that all the time. And Creator said to me, Claire, what you've got to realize is that I'm showing you these people because you're the same. You know, in my eyes, in God's eyes, you know, you are the same. There's no difference in you. So that was really comforting to me. And it was like, I'm showing you these people because you are that person. You have the capacity to be that person. And I'm putting them in your pathway to show you to keep going, to motivate you in a good way. So I hope that helps a little bit. Being tested with boundary setting. Okay. Yeah. I feel with you, Cara, though, that every up level, every change for you, there's always something, right? You know, it doesn't matter. In all fairness, I'm going to cut the BS, okay, when it comes to healing. There is always something that whenever we change or up level, something comes in to test you. So it might be imposter syndrome. It might be a boundary. It might be feeling a little bit like self-worth is a little bit rocky. It might be a love relationship. It might be the money sector. There is always going to be something in one of your sectors that is that moving from that comfort zone into that stretch zone, and one thing, and it always feels like the same thing, comes back just to test you. And I want you to let go of, anybody listening to this, let go of the pressure of like feeling not good enough because this one thing keeps coming up, and this one thing is just your sign, it's just your energetic sign that you're up leveling. Okay, so for me, my energetic sign of up leveling, it can be a couple of things. It can be procrastination with me. So it can be like, I want to give it all up and I'm just going to go and clean the house. So that's my type of pattern. Okay. It's a really weird pattern, I know, but I know that is just my pattern. And when I feel it, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm doing that again. I know that I'm trying to distract myself from up leveling. So for you, Cara, it might be boundaries. So take a moment listening to this and think about the one thing that always keeps like coming up, and then you can sometimes be stuck in that little cycle. And for me, years ago, I was stuck in that cycle for a long time. I'm talking months and years. Okay. Whereas now I can feel it within about 20 minutes, and then I just do a little bit of work on myself, and then it's cleared. That's how quick I've like collapsed that self-sabotaging pattern. But let me know in the chat, does that resonate with what I'm saying? So some people it will be, you know, Sonila, it might be your imposter syndrome. Avril, it might be rejection. I don't know, but just take a moment to pause and think, what's the common thread here, and let's cut cords to that. Waiting to cut cords and letting go of control, and it's safe for me to do so. Yeah, so Marnie, it might be control for you. Because what can happen with control, which is quite interesting, is because we can't control another aspect of our life, or we can't control our feelings, or we can't control our emotions, what we do is we turn to something that we can control. So sometimes that can be food, sometimes that can be self-punishment, and self-punishment can go into a lot of different ways. Oh, what's that? I have got, it looks like a beautiful, it's not a butterfly, like a beautiful white feather floating. I'm getting tingles now. Floating, but it's floating upwards, downwards, outside. Okay, so I have been working a lot on, to be honest, I've been working a lot on my psychic senses. And I don't know about you, so I've got some of the Unleashing Prosperity girls on the call today. But oh my God, when we did that last session in Unleashing Prosperity, and we worked on magic, has anyone felt any sort of magic been going off the last few days? Let me know, because I've got Marnie here, I've got Cara. It's opened stuff up yet again for me, which has been really quite interesting, to say the least. Okay, so Cara is absolutely yes. Okay, so Cara, you know, boundary setting is going to be your trigger point. At every up level, you need to reinstall new boundaries and stuff like that. I'm going to be doing a deep dive with this, with Sacred Odyssey as well. Letting go of the obligation to give money away. Ooh. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So Cara, with that, you need to go back into the meditation around money. You know, that meditation that we did where we connect to the energy of money. And I bet for you, when you go back and do that one again, something more will come up, and it will be around the fear of having too much, and along the lines of money is dangerous. So go back and do that for you. Go back into the group and do that. That meditation is the one we were talking about, you know, the one where I've got my red dress on. So look for the one with me in the red dress. It's about a 15-minute meditation. It was the one that we did on the first week, the first call, and then I've cut it and then I've put it back into the portal, because I know some of you will need to keep doing that. Okay, absolutely yes, will do. Thank you. Perfect. Rejection and misalignment between jobs below me, saying that I should be at certain roles yet not being recognised when I apply for those roles. Yeah, so we'll do the cord cutting, and we'll see what comes up for you, Avril, with that as well. So has everybody got an idea of what they want to cut cords to? So if you've got pen and paper, write that down. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take you through a meditation first to actually see what comes up, because sometimes, you know what it's like, the issue is never the issue. So you might be thinking, oh, I'm going to work on like cutting cords to this, but actually it can be a distraction. Okay, it can be your subconscious making you go that way and keep working on that and that and that, because actually the real issue is over here on the other side. Does that make sense? And I know I've got healers in here, and I'm not coming across as like egotistical and like I know all this, but actually what can actually happen, it is really good for healers to go and have healing sessions, because our subconscious, you know, I'm really good at healing myself and working on myself, right? And you might be as well. But sometimes when you are in the throes of working on yourself, your subconscious sometimes will block you actually seeing the absolute truth, right? So it might be that you are, you know, you've got this situation, and you know you're going to work on yourself, and what it's taking it's showing you, oh, I need to work on A, and I need to work on A, and I need to work on A, but actually the real issue is like point D. But your subconscious is not going to allow you to clear point D. So it keeps taking you to A, to A, to A. And also you're like, oh, okay, I need to work on that. Oh, not this again. I need to work on that. If you're working on a certain thing, and I know some of it can be a trigger point as well, but if you feel like, oh, this has come up again, I need to work on releasing parasites. I need to work on this, this, and this, right? What can happen is that you either need to go and have a healing session, because that other person is going to hold the space for you to be able to uncover point D. But also that person can actually release you from the chains or the patterns or whatever healing needs to happen in point D. Because if you are trying to do the releasing, especially if you're holding on to it in your body, so any illnesses and things like that, you're holding things on in your body, you need to bring your full 100% attention into the allowing of the releasing to go. You can't do that if you're tuning in and working on yourself. Does that make any sense whatsoever? My subconscious is protecting, blocking me from getting high paying senior roles. Question to figure out is why I'm being shown I'm at that level but not progressing into those opportunities. No, you're blocking the senior positions, Avril, because deep down, if you're stuck into a senior role, that's more responsibility. Because that's more responsibility, you feel on some level that you can't walk away from that responsibility and start your own practice, or you won't have the time to dedicate to your own practice or build your own business. That's what I see with you from that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put you into a guided meditation. So anybody watching this on the replay can still get the benefits of this. And obviously I leave all the videos and everything in the Holistic Spiritual Community, so you can come back and listen to this at any time. All right, so close your eyes, take some deep breaths. I'm just going to guide you through, and we're going to call in what it is you actually need to cut cords to, not what you think you need to cut cords to. Okay, take deep breaths in, deep breaths out, and deep breaths in, and deep breaths out. And I want you to imagine that you're just pulling beautiful earth energy all the way through your body, all the way through up to the top of your head. Feel that energy bubble above your head. Okay, and just expand that energy bubble. Some of you are really, really shut down at the moment. Okay, you're not using your superpowers. So just make that energy bubble above your head a lot bigger. Make it bigger. Take up space. Good. Okay, and I want you to step into that energy bubble. Taking deep breaths. Right, some of you have really got to breathe through this, because you're not breathing enough and allowing spirit into the body enough. Okay, so get yourself comfortable in that energy bubble. Feel it spinning. And as it's spinning, we're going to cut cords to anything that is energetically draining you at this moment in time. And we're going to call back your energy across space and time, places and events. That's good. Bring your energy back. Bring it back. Some of you actually do need to recharge your batteries. Some of you are really flat at the moment. Okay, good. Okay, and you're going to imagine that you're going out, up into the sky, higher and higher, all the way up, out through into the bright lights and the dark lights, higher and higher, through the golden light, through the rainbow of colours, that sticky light substance. And we're going to use the law of truth. Okay, so you're not going to pull the laws into your body. Okay, you're going to feel the energy of the law of truth. I'm actually seeing it as a beautiful green energy around you. Okay, so feel your energy bubble turn green. And you don't want to pull the law of truth into your body because it's too strong. Okay, so you just want to touch that energy, bring it in. Okay, and then go through into that tingly white light. And I want you to use the law of truth as a green energy bubble stood in front of you. Okay, you don't need to touch it, step back from it, but just see it in front of you. And we're going to command, Creator of all that is commanded and requested under the law of truth that you bring me what it is that I need to cut cords to. It might be a place, it might be a situation, it might be a person, it might be a memory, past, present, or future. It might be an ancestor. But we want to bring in front of us what it is that is holding us back at this time. And we want to know or see, sense or feel the truth in the most loving, gentle and easy way. Breathe. Deep breath, breathe in through the nose. Keep breathing. Okay, so some of you are having archangels coming in now and bringing you truth, bringing you Creator's truth, definition and understanding of what it is that you need to cut cords to at this time. And just allow that information to start to unfold. And I want you to find and ask why this is affecting you in your life. And how it's affecting you, how it's playing out. It could be really quite random things. So some of you it's around visibility. Some of you it's rejection. The more visible you are, the more you've got the opportunity to be rejected. The more powerful, the more senior you are. Okay, so some of you have got a belief of the higher I go, the more I fall from grace. So can we release that belief in you? Yes, I'll have it released in me as well. Thank you. Yeah, just breathe through that one and let that go. That's a big one. The higher I rise, the more I fall from grace. So let's just release that belief as well. Okay, just breathe through that. That's a really deep one, more than some of you. In fact, I think a lot of you have got it. All of you have got it. Okay, just feel that release go. Okay, so whatever you need to cut cords to, we're going to call in Archangel Michael, and we're also going to call in a black crow. And I want you to use his mighty sword to cut the cord to the situation. And you're going to ask the black crow to take it from you. Breathe. 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 Okay, just to release everything out of that heart chakra. Call in divine 7th plane energy through the top of your head, all the way through down into that heart chakra. And allow that release. Good. Now I want you to step into a beautiful ring of fire and just feel all those old programs, stories, and emotions start to release from the body. So it's taught you emotions, this situation. But now it's time to release those emotions that are stored. So some of you just need to allow it to come out of that root chakra right down at the bottom of your spine. Okay, feel like it's a tap, and you're just going to open the faucet of that tap and just feel all of that start to drain and just be taken up by the element of earth. Just letting it drain away. And then just breathe. And we're just going to replace it with divine energy, divine source energy. Feeling it fill your whole body system. Okay, going through all your endocrine system, your nervous system. Really starting to bring about a feeling of inner peace and balance and harmony. Okay, good. And we're going to thank the law of truth and thank the Creator. And you're going to come out of that energy back into your bubble, all the way down, 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 down. And you're going to come back into your body. And just feeling that beautiful earth energy coming all the way through your body, grounding you back in. And take a deep breath in and open your eyes. Let me know in the chat, if you want to share, what your experience was. Love to know. And do you feel better? Just pull the messages. So Jackie wanted a card. So I'm just going to pull Jackie's first. Are you still coming back? Any more cards for Jackie? No. Okay, Jackie, this is for you. Okay, the card is from the Rebecca Campbell Work Your Light Oracle cards, and your card is all about play. Have fun, celebrate, and don't be too serious. Okay, so I'll read the message that comes out with that. Okay, she'll have a little giggle at this one. 74. Let's have a look. 72. Okay, stop taking life so seriously. Your spirit needs to have some fun. The more you play, the more inspiration will follow. Take some time out to do something without being attached to the outcome. You are being called to rest and play and to learn to have more fun. Do something that makes you laugh. It's the best medicine all round. Call up a friend that you can be silly with. Take your inner child on a date. The more you switch off your mind, the more spirit has to whisper and guide. When we do things without being attached to the outcome, ideas, clarity, guidance, and solutions have the space to drop in. The left and the right hemispheres of the brain can begin talking to each other. Make play a compulsory part of your day. Schedule it. Spend more time doing things just because you love to do them, just because they bring you joy and light you up. If you follow what lights you up, you will light up the world, even without trying. For when you are lit up, you are in spirit, and when you are in your spirit, you fall in love with the flow of life. How do you play? What do you do to have fun? What lights you up? You have been working very hard lately, and it's time to celebrate how far you've come, all that you've achieved. Don't rush on to the next thing. Take a moment to throw a party, go on vacation, or have some fun. So with this card, it's like let go of the outcome and enjoy the whole weekend, because when you are enjoying the weekend, you are in your zone of genius. So there you go. That's that. Okay, Marnie, interesting. Not what I thought I was releasing. It was something I thought I had completely released. Okay, Sonia wants a card. Thank you, Claire. Felt all my throat and solar plexus and heart. Would love a card, please. Yep, perfect. Okay. Yes, it was like that, Marnie. You know, you think you want to work on that, but actually, what needs to work or work on or clear is something else. To be honest, some of the best healings that I've ever had or I've done on clients is when they come. Yes, they have an agenda in mind, but they're really open to where it actually leads. It's funny because I was writing a couple of blogs this morning ready to come out to you in the next few weeks, but one was all around the vow of poverty and the vow of chastity, which we worked on in Unleashing Prosperity. And I had a client that came to me and she wanted to work on money, and she only booked one session, so a lot of pressure on me. But I said to her, okay, what do you want to work on? And this is when I'd literally not far qualified as a theta healer. And she said, I want to move from I'm struggling to get over the 6-figure mark in my business, and it was really important to her that she wanted to achieve this goal. And I was like, okay. I said, and that's what you want to work on in one session? And she's like, yeah. I was like, okay, all right, let's. Creator wouldn't have sent her to me if I couldn't do it. So I said, okay, Creator, what am I working on? And I basically saw a past life where she had taken a vow of poverty. So I saw all this past life. She was like a little bit open to it, but she was like, really, she had that that sort of energy about her. And I was like, yeah, that's what we're going to do. She's like, okay, all right. So we did it, we cleared it, and she's like, okay, all right. And then a few weeks later, I bumped into her at a marketing event, and I said to her, how are you? What's been happening? She's like, oh, it's really interesting. She said, my parents contacted me and they're going to give me an inheritance early. And I said, all right. And she said, yeah, it's 6 figures. And I was like, and I looked at her and I winked and she went, what? And I went, 6 figures. And they called you out of the blue. Yeah. And I said, and we worked on your vow of poverty and getting 6 figures. She went, yeah, but that was meant to be for my business. I said, Creator will bring you the money instantly. If it's there, it will come through like that. And she went, like her face was an absolute picture. It just dropped. You know, that's like letting go of the outcome. But you know, she's in multiple 6 figures now, but it was absolutely hilarious how that happened. I feel a lot better and know what I need to do. I'm being tested to stay in my power and to up level. Yes, you are. Can I please have a card? Yeah. So let's give, who asked first? Sonila. Okay, Sonila. I'll just clear the cards. Ooh. Let's just clear the cards. Okay, and download with a message for Sonila, please. Thank you. Okay. So look. It's interesting because I was going to pick out all the boxes today, but the only card box that came through was the Rebecca Campbell. Just check. This card for Sonila? Yeah. This card for Sonila? Yeah. Any other cards for Sonila? No, okay, got 2. Oh. Okay. So the first card you've got is the Pleiades. If I said that right, Pleiades. Double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. And the other one is the Akasha card. Your guidance is divinely guided. Do you do much channeling, Sonila? Do you do much talking? Because I'm feeling that's where you're being guided. Pleiades. That's how you say it. Right. The Pleiadians are a group of star beings dedicated to raising the vibration of the planet and sharing new consciousness through creations and technology. They have been incarnating on Earth since near the beginning of humanity. You are a soul on a double mission to grow at soul level and to raise the vibration of the planet. If you have been called to write, speak, or channel, this is your sign to keep doing it. Your work is divinely guided. Of all of the souls, Pleiadians are the chattiest. That's one of me then. And so perhaps you have already started channeling some of this work into the third dimensions. Thank you for doing your part in the great plan. Your presence is unique and your light is needed. This is a card of encouragement, okay? This is a card of, come on, you need to go to that next level. I feel channeling for you. Yeah. Yes, I know, Sonila, you're a theta healer, darling. Yes. Yeah. Do you channel? Do you go on social media? Do you show up? Do you speak? Because I feel it's the channeling side for you that is coming through. Okay. And the Akasha, let's see what the Akasha is. 112. No, I don't. Can you channel? The Akasha cards. Akasha exists in the 5th dimension and is the library of souls. All soul contracts, history, gifts, lessons, and more exist here. We each have access to this information of the past, present, and future and can tap into it any time. While we all have free will, there are also points on the timeline of our lives that are presented or pre-planned. Soul contracts or agreements that were made before incarnating. It could be a company you choose to work for, a relationship you plan to have, or a person you agreed to mentor or help. Whatever it is, know that it's divinely guided and will not bypass you. If you're waiting for a sign to proceed, this card is it. You are likely living out an important part of your soul's journey, and you're exactly where you need to be. And this is very exciting indeed. It's time to call in the support of your helpers, both in the physical realm and the spirit world, to trust that the signs are coming. Take note of your dreams, to notice any feelings or visions that you receive, for you are tapping into the wisdom of the Akasha, and you are being given the go-ahead to proceed. Yeah. So basically, it's like, it feels like when I tune into you, it's like you need to be speaking up, getting out there, talking, okay? And the Akasha card is telling you to go ahead and proceed and ask for spiritual support in the physical realm and in the spirit world. I feel like you need help within your business and things like that to help you go to the next level. So you need to be calling that in. Does that make any sense to you? But it feels like you need to be seen, but it's not necessarily visual. You need to be seen as in you need to be heard with that one. Okay, let's just clear the cards. So it's Marnie next. Message for Marnie. Yes, totally. Good. You know, Sunila, when you join the community, I always give everybody a complimentary 30-minute call. So if you want some more guidance and some more help, there you are, calling in help now. You can book 30 minutes with me. It's no obligations, okay? But if you need some help, okay, because sometimes you can't always just tell people stuff on the lives. So just go to my website, clairegorman.com.au, okay, and then just go in and book a discovery call, a 30-minute call. Okay, this is for Marnie. Does Marnie need another card out of here? No, okay. So Marnie, your card is Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realms. Beautiful. So I feel with you, it's calling in your spiritual support team. There's a really good little digital program that I've got. It's called Letting in the Light. It might be $20 or $30, something like that. But what that program does, it actually connects you to your spiritual support team. So there's like a meditation and a practice in there, all around talking to your angelic guides and setting up your boardroom of your spiritual support team. This came to me in a healing that Creator told me to do, to set up people's boardrooms. So that is going to bring in all your angelic guides and basically your spiritual support team. It might also be helpful for you as well, Sunila, to do that one. So the program is Letting in the Light. After this, I'll drop it into the chat and I'll tag you in it. Totally up to you if you want it or not, but it's beautiful and it's really powerful. So in fact, this morning when I was working on my business, I actually called in more spiritual support team, because it has that vibration as above, so below. Have you heard that saying? It's actually quite Wiccan pagan, as above, so below. So when you call in and ask for help within the spiritual realms, it will naturally help. It will actually happen within the earth planes as well. So that's that program, Letting in the Light. Okay, Council of Light. Let me have a look at this card and read it out for you. Council of Light, number 94. Number 94. Come on, Claire, get the numbers right. Okay. The Council of Light is a team of benevolent beings who are here to assist the raising the consciousness of the planet. They are here to help you achieve your soul mission and are guiding you every step of the way. However, because we live in a world where free will reigns, they cannot help you without your permission. If you would like their assistance, it's time to ask them. They can help with all kinds of requests. Nothing is too big or too small. Think of them as your personal team of helpers in the spirit realm. They are willing and ready to step in and get to work. What would you like help with? What tasks would you like to delegate them? The Council of Light is a team of ascended masters, light beings, angels and guides devoted to the rising of the earth and humanity. If you are a light worker, it is from them that you receive your personal mission. Like a spirit world of the United Nations, they want to thank you so much for doing this work and devoting your life to uplifting the planet. Pray to them for clarity, guidance regarding your personal mission. Put in your requests and let them get to work. That letting in the light will be perfect for you, because we'll set up your spirit, it sets up your spiritual boardroom. And the good thing about this is whenever you need spiritual advice or you need guidance. So for me, I called in a marketing expert this morning for my business, and I used the boardroom technique. So anyone need that, knock themselves out. It's great. Okay, you've been asking for help, so we need to connect you to your spiritual support team. Yeah. So look, everyone's got a spiritual support team, but that meditation, that practice that I put in there, just opens it up to a whole new level as well. So it helps guide you on that. Okay, so that is Marnie. Okay, done Marnie. Okay, Cara. Let's have a card for Cara. Okay, let's just clear the cards. Okay, and download with Cara's message, please. They always have a lovely energy about them, these cards. It's actually quite nice to work with the lighter energies with these cards, because normally I'm working with like the Akashics, and the Akashic cards are quite heavy. They feel, you know, when I'm working with like Akashic and Karma, they're quite heavy, whereas these feel quite angelic and Palladian and Starseed. I mean, obviously that's where sort of Rebecca Campbell channels from as well. But it's quite nice to be in this energy frequency today. And actually, I've written about this month, I wrote about the energy overview. There we go. The energy overview. We have a lot of angelic guidance around us at this moment in time. So they have come through for us. Okay, is this the card for Cara? Yeah. Is this the card for Cara? No. Okay. Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. There you go. Need to find your soul sisters. Okay, let's have a look. Have a look. Let's have a look. Sisterhood of the Rose, number 78. The Sisterhood of the Rose is a lineage of priestesses and mystics who devote their lives to serving humanity and seeding light consciousness all over the earth. A cross-section of ancient lineages. God, I said that right. It is the path of devotion and beauty. Walking this path means being devoted to seeing and creating beauty wherever you go. The rose symbolizes the heart and the sacred geometry of all of life. You are being called to notice the beauty around you, particularly in nature, and hear the whispers of Mother Earth. You are being called to spend more time in nature, as it is the ancient secret, as the ancient secrets live there. Mother Earth is constantly whispering. Spend time admiring her creations, and you will be rewarded with insight and grace. You are being called to take a little more time to both notice the beauty that exists all around you and contribute to the beauty of the world in your own way too. This could be through your own creations, or like little things on how you dress, to picking flowers for your home. Every time you devote your time to creating beauty, you harmonize the planet with a little more shift and vibration that can be felt. Surround yourself with beauty and create beauty wherever you go. What I'm getting with this card with you, Cara, is you need to start stepping more into your feminine. What you're feeling and what you're going through is you are using masculine energy to install your boundaries. And actually what you need to do is you need to be stepping into your divine feminine to install your boundaries. It's a different frequency. If you find that you are installing boundaries, or you're saying things from more of a masculine, right, people don't really take notice, but we tend to be more in our masculine because we want to get our point across. We want to be stronger and we want to be more determined. But I'm actually asking you to flip it, and actually connect into that divine feminine. So, when we did that last practice, when we put our crowns on, okay, you want to be putting your crown on, and you want to be coming across from that point of view with that type of energy. That's what I'm feeling for you. Okay, so really step into that goddess, that priestess, from that energy, and installing your boundaries from that. Does that make sense? Does that resonate? Okay, Lee. Let's do Lee. Lee. Okay. This card. Clear the cards. Yeah, good. I'm hearing the word for you, Cara. Priestess power. Get your priestess power on. Love it. Priestess power. Okay. Let's just get a message for Lee now, please. Thank you. What she needs at this time. I like that. Get your priestess power on. Hashtag. Oh. You're not going to believe this. Look at the card. It's come out as priestess. Okay, hang on. Is this card for Cara? Yes. Okay, I'll read that one in a minute. Let me just finish off Lee. How are you being called to step up and lead? That's so funny. That one came out. Is this one Lee's card? Is this one Lee's card? Yes. Okay. There'll be another card with that. The first card that's come out, Lee, is no. Wait, postpone, pause, or say no. That card. Okay. But I feel that it's got to have something else with it. Okay. Just these two cards. Yeah. So I think the no is around someone's going to ask you something, a question, for you to make a decision, and your decision will be no. You'll know what it will be about. It's funny, that card no came out when we were moving up here and we were buying another house, and we weren't sure. And I gave the deck of cards out, and I told my husband to pick a card, and it was like, do we buy this house? And he picked that card. It's a really strong, powerful card. And when you feel that no, can you feel it? And it's dark, and the thunder's coming through. It's quite I want to say it's got like the energy of Thor around it, like very masculine, and it's very like, no, that's not happening. I'll tune in and see if it's around Bella. The page. Okay, no, it's 26. Okay. You're being called to either pause or say no. Saying yes to something that isn't in alignment with you will drain your energy and your time. Hold out for a congruent, aligned 100% yes. Often we are looking for guidance to make a decision. It can be frustrating not to move into clear and considered action. However, timing is everything, and not receiving clear guidance is actually guidance in itself. We all go through times known as waiting periods. These times are crucial for our body to regenerate, a new path to formulate, and the universe to begin creating things on our behalf. You don't need to be in ploughing forward all the time to move forward. A congruent yes when the time is right will put you ahead leaps and bounds. Don't force things now just because it seems like the only option. Take a breather and wait. The waiting is actually very productive. When the time for the movement comes, you'll be ready to dive right in. This time is to regenerate and ponder what you truly want. Consider the options. If the options are not clear, don't fear, because this time is a gift. Use it to tend to your garden and to take a rest, to take a moment from your busy life to clear the decks and prepare the time in the future. For come spring, clarity will bloom and you will have the reserve, space and the drive to say yes and act more quickly. Okay, let me just read the other one. The other one is Soul Family, and it says, call in your tribe, you don't have to do it alone. That's lovely, isn't it, for this week? Yeah, and you've felt that. I know you have. Good, which is great. Okay. There's Soul Family. Where are you? Soul Family, number 80. Okay, Soul Family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. It's time to call in your soul family and support team. People who get you at soul level. People who are the same kind of weird as you. People who are your chosen family. They are coming and they are looking for you. If you haven't found them yet, this is a sign that they are close by. But in order for them to find you and recognize you when they do, it's important that you stop dimming your light and truly let yourself be seen. If you have already found them, then you are being called to let them support you and perhaps also assemble a wider support team. Your support team can consist of all types of people, such as therapists, coach, mentors, healers. Tune into what kind of support you need now. So tune into the support you need and call it in. Call it in. Right, let me just go into that no card for you. All right, the no card. What's that in relation to, please? Thank you. Okay, so it is Bella because it's just spelled her name out. And what does Lee need to do in regards to no? Wait for the results to come back and make your own decision. Yeah, in regards to her well-being, you must do what is right for you and not be bullied by the vet or anything like that. Yeah, you need to make your own choice. I'm in tears. Yes, you need to make your own choice. Don't allow, you know, if the vet is saying one thing, you've got to do what you feel. It's your choice, it's your decision around that way. And I feel like it's a bit of a what is it? It is like you standing in your power as well in some ways. If that makes sense, which it will do. Hi Katrina, if you want a card, just pop your request in the chat. Okay, I'm going to read the priestess card because obviously it came out. Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? So this is going back to Cara. That is so funny how that popped out. We were talking about the priestess. Can we all just send unconditional love to Lee, please? Because she's going through a bit of a tough time at the moment. So can we all just send her beautiful unconditional love? And can we just do an unconditional love healing for her beautiful Bella, her beautiful black cat? Yeah, not doing anything at the moment. Good. Great. Yeah. That's what it was asking you in that card to do. Priestess. Where's the priestess card? Boundaries. I find these really hard to... Where are you? Doing it as a call. Boundaries. Oh, priestess there. Number 46. Okay, the priestess is a teacher dedicated to serve, freedom and leadership. You don't need to have it all together to lead. In fact, it helps if you don't. No one wants a perfect angel who hasn't made any mistakes. Let your life be your message. Don't underestimate the power of sharing your story. It's by hearing someone else's journey that we feel less alone. We realize that we are actually all in this thing called life together. The difference between a follower and a leader is that a leader has the courage to go first. In stepping out, they shine the light on the path for others to venture forward too. Don't fret too much about trying to work out who is in your tribe. Don't get stuck in age, income, hobbies, or occupation. The best way to discover your tribe is to look in the mirror. If you feel called to lead, chances are it's because you, at some point in your life, you longed for someone like you to lead you. Your tribe are longing for exactly the same thing as you were and are, and might only be one step behind you. They may even be right alongside you. You don't need anyone's permission. Just have the courage to stand up, embrace your struggles and your peaks and the troughs. You don't need to know the way. Just believe that there might be a different one. Your tribe is waiting for you. Step forward so they can find you. This is you about coming out and being the amazing healer that you are, my friend. To start. Avril, I I went back up the thing because I was like, I know Avril wants a card, but she hasn't written in there that she wants a card. I really felt it. So there you are. You're asking for it now. Okay. So if you want one, if anybody else wants one, please pop it in the chat. Otherwise, Avril's going to be the last one. Just going to clear the deck and download the message for Avril. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Ooh, got the energy around you. I keep getting with you, Avril, you need to be working with Archangel Metatron to start moving mountains out of the way and roadblocks. Okay, is this card for Avril? Yes. Is this card for Avril? No. Just one card for Avril? Yeah. Any more cards for Avril? No. I forgot to do. It's all right. Oh, okay. So use Archangel Metatron. Okay, you've got to keep asking him to move the mountains. The card that's come out is actually the card Mirror. And it is who or what is triggering you. $44. Okay, there you go. So he's been coming in to be with you. So you need to start working with him. Okay, Mirror, who or what is triggering you? The filter of our own experiences is how we experience life 90% of the time through our own projections. When someone reminds us of an unhealed experience, we get triggered. Often it's an unconscious thing. People and situations can trigger our mirrors to reflect back at us what we believe to be true about the life, the universe, and ourselves. Mirrors pointing to our shadow and our light. Mirrors revealing the parts of us that are not yet to be accepted, witnessed, or loved. This card is guiding you to look closely at what experiences or people are currently triggering you and what they could be mirroring back to you. When have you felt like this before? So the word that is screaming in my ear is rejection, rejection, rejection. And it's mirroring back at you. Where are you rejecting yourself? Could they be opportunities to heal something in you? Or are they sharing a light on something that longs to be witnessed in you? This goes for the good and the bad. The good, those who we admire and put on a pedestal, if we do not realize that we are attracted to them because we are like them. We need to cut them down in order to rise to their level. The bad, those we despise, are envious of us and put down. If we do not realize that they trigger something in us, then it is still yet to be healed, and we remain hurt and wounded ourselves. Who or what is triggering you? What is it in you that they are triggering? What part of you longs to be witnessed? Yeah. So that's what I'm seeing with you. Rejection. Where are you rejecting yourself? And I'm hearing that it's a rejection on a soul level. Okay, and I'll be working with Archangel Metatron as well. Okay. All right. There we go. Have an amazing weekend, everybody. I will be back in the group next week on Friday. Just going to talk through what have we got coming up in the group this month. So I think I'm doing Fridays this month. All Fridays, I think. Where is my calendar? But I've also put an event in as well, like a bigger healing. Let me get it. Here we go. Which is on the 12th. Yeah, I'm in on like Friday the 1st. I'm doing, I'm doing, I am doing a Thursday. Thursday the 7th. I've got Friday the 15th. The 21st is a Thursday evening, and Friday the 29th. But on the 12th, we are doing the Sacred Odyssey event. So that will be a free event, but then it will go into the Sacred Odyssey program. Well, I do feel there are aspects coming through. I don't yet understand. Thank you. I'll dive in and get the pendulum out. Yeah. It's definitely a rejection on a soul level. So I feel for you, Avril, it's a past life. And it's 3 lifetimes ago. It's only 3 lifetimes ago, so it feels still very connected, and there's cords to it. I'm seeing cords from that life into this life with you. So yes, those are the events. So Thursday evenings is always like healings and meditations. The Friday mornings is normally around guidance and things like that, unless I get called to do, like I did this morning, a cord cutting ritual. And then the 12th of September is a free event, and it's all around opening up the energy vortex for Sacred Odyssey. So if any of you want to know more about Sacred Odyssey, please pop it in the chat. Just put your name, in the comments Sacred Odyssey or SO, and I can contact you and let you know more about details around that. There's only going to be 10 spaces for that, and I know that people are already starting to sign up for that one. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. The amount of rituals and things I'm going to be teaching you in this program, as well as deep past life karmic healings and things like that, is just going to be like exciting, really, really exciting. I can't wait to see what happens at the other end of that program. That is me done for today. I will put in the links for the Letting in the Light as well program. All right, my loves, take care, and I will see you all very soon. Thank you for joining, and I hope you've got some value from today.